Hi everyone, Renee here. So today I've got for you my updated fall routine. I'm really beginning to feel it now. So for this routine, I'm going to use all my budget favorites, most of which you saw me talk about in my last video, some which I didn't even get a chance to include in that last video because, you know, it was a lot. So I'm just sharing with you some tips about how I adjust my routine as we transition into sort of the colder, drier months. So nowadays when I wake up in the morning, my skin feels a little parched. It is the drier weather, but also it's my retinol treatments. So I keep some face mists right by my bedside table. So when I wake up, I can just sort of mist my face lightly and just add some hydration immediately. I feel like even though shortly I will be doing my routine, I love the fast relief that it gives my skin. Plus, it also helps wake me up a little bit. That's always good. So this has been really consistent through all my routines. I always rinse with water in the morning. I don't really need anything else. If you're someone who just needs more than just water to rinse your face in the morning, then I really highly recommend for these drier months, CeraVe, the hydrating cleanser. It will cleanse your skin in the most gentle way without stripping it of all the natural oils. I actually decanted my CeraVe because this is just a little more palatable for me to see on my bathroom top shelf. So right after cleansing is when I apply water-based applications. These are products that don't contain any oils in them, and generally I like to go from the thinnest consistency to the thickest consistency. If I were to use a water-based L-ascorbic acid treatment, then as you've seen in my previous years' skincare routines, I usually put it right at this step after cleansing. Then I proceed with all the other steps. Otherwise, I'm gonna start with Secret Key's Starting Treatment Essence. I usually apply everything with my hands, but I started applying my first treatment layer with a cotton pad, especially these ones from Klairs, the 2-in-1 cotton pad, because ever since starting the retinol treatment, and I'm gonna show you which one I'm using in my evening routine, but I feel like, well, I can definitely feel the dryness and the flakiness. My skin is getting a little more sensitive, and I feel like this just really helps, you know, just smooth away the surface a little bit. First treatment essences like this are really nice because they usually contain a minimum of ingredients. There's usually that sort of fermented star ingredient that makes up for like 80% of the formula. So my hydrating toner for fall is definitely more hefty, more viscous. In fact, I really don't need a lot of skins of this. It's a hydration explosion. I'm realizing that my skin needs hydration more than moisture now. So the focus is more on the hydrating products and lighter moisturizing products. This has also become an important step because, you know, I'm feeling like there is a lot more flakiness with my retinol treatments. So I just want to make sure that they're all stuck down. So with the hydrating toners that I'm going to apply a few extra skins of, I like the formulas to be simpler. I like to apply around 3 skins. I think that's the perfect balance for me with this toner in particular. This is also where you can use the ordinary water-based serums, you know, like the buffet you can use, or the niacinamide, or anything that you choose. If you're using like a creamy based or emulsion type vitamin C serum, this is the step I would use that. My personal preference is oil serums for this step. I think it's a perfect sealant for all the hydration I just packed into my face. So I'm just going to use 3 drops of my oil elixir. I think that's the perfect amount for me. I always press my oil into my face rather than rubbing it. The oil serum also gives your skin the most beautiful, beautiful glow. This is also the time of year where I just become so dependent on my marula oil. It is one of my favorite oils for the drier, colder months. The consistency isn't heavy, but it's just truly moisturizing and so comforting. So now moisturizer. And while I used to always move on to like the very sort of dense moisturizers in the past during this time of year, I realized that I'm going for like the lightweight ones. The lightweight ones that aren't heavily sitting on your skin, because as you will see, my choice for sunscreens during this time of year are usually the very moisturizing sunscreens, and not the ones that are like oil control, that are superstars in the summertime. The other thing that I find that has really worked for me is if I'm loving a lightweight moisturizer, but I feel like I need just a little extra, then I just put on another layer of that exact moisturizer, and it actually is sufficient. So it's all about the light layers. Muji's Moisturizing Milk High Moisture is, you know, milky, but it's so seriously moisturizing. As a daytime eye cream, I'm loving this one from 100% Pure, their coffee bean caffeine eye cream, because it is just really lightweight. But even more importantly is I feel like it actually does affect the extreme puffiness I get nowadays. In fact, it's so lightweight that if you need that extra moisturization, this could even work as like an eye serum. This sinks in and disappears really quickly. So this is where I'm going for my tea break because I like a little bit of wait time before I apply my sunscreen. I want to make sure that the products have settled in somewhat before I apply this. So lastly, but never leastly, is sunscreen. Super, super important. I am absolutely loving this. I reach for this every single day. From Innisfree, it's their perfect UV protection cream. It's long lasting and it's the one for dry skin. So what I love about it is it's very moisturizing because at this point I just cannot use the sunscreens that are drying, that are oil control, or that might make any of my skin texture, retinal skin texture more obvious. This is a mix of chemical and physical, but it has a rock solid UVA filter in it, Uvinol A+. It's also got just some beautiful, nourishing ingredients in it, like green tea extract, Centella asiatica for the soothing. It's got turmeric in it. It's got chia seed. It's hydrating. It's got a bit of that tea tree scent to it, which, you know, is always really refreshing. There's no alcohol in here or anything that could be potentially drying. Always try and get a really even and smooth layer. Now, since starting retinol, there are certain days where I will actually apply a double layer of sunscreen. You know, just to make sure. When the sun is just like blazing, I'm not taking any chances. Makeup always sits really beautifully on this for me most of the time. I'm just really using concealer on certain spots of my face, but I still really want to give this time to dry down before I apply any kind of makeup on it. So that's it for my budget-friendly, affordable skincare routine fall edition. I hope you found this helpful. Of course, what works for me is not going to work for everyone in the world, but right now I'm really loving the whole concept of fewer products and more light layers. These are products that you can layer and adjust according to what your skin needs. Stay tuned for my evening routine. Thank you so much for watching. And as always, I'm wishing you great skin health. Bye.